Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kerry from Kerry's Reborn Baby Loves. Obviously, it's not afternoon everywhere, but it is here. Hopefully, it's light enough because we have had an overcast, yucky day. The sun's out now. As you can see, this is Jethro in the limelight, hogging the limelight, as you can see. Jethro and I were talking this morning, and we thought we'd do a little bit of a video on him because he's had a little bit of a makeover. And I think he's quite happy, aren't you, Jethro? Hey? Okay, now you're going to have to move back a little bit so Mummy can show everyone what we've done. He's had a bit of a clean, as you can see. Yeah, the camera's actually picking up little tiny fibres on his head and making them shine. But you're still going to have to move back a bit, mate, hey? Here, look, Mummy will help you. Backing up, backing up. Oh, good boy. Right. Jethro. Oh, he's still got his dummy in. We won't mention that, will we, people? Jethro has some new eyelashes. I don't know whether you can tell. Whoops. Please excuse me. I'm not very good at this. Can you tell? Eyelashes. On camera, focus, focus. There we go. There's one. There's the other. Such a handsome boy. I just bought some from our local Oh My Gosh store, I think it was. And we lifted up his eyelid a bit, stuck the lashes onto his eyeball, and put the lid back down. And he looks so handsome, don't you? Hey? I'll take this out. Oh, no. All right, you can have it. Okay. Stay. Right, so, yes, he's very happy with that. We also had a bit of a bath. Mummy actually vacuums him. We won't tell too many people. We don't want to be reported to the giraffe services. But we vacuum him and wipe him over with a damp cloth that is scented with baby powder. It's an oil. Anyway, something else his mummy bought him. Will we show them? Okay, right. Now, I've just got to move this little box that's at my feet out the way. Please excuse me. Now, we'll put the camera down a bit and show everyone, won't we, Jethro? You ready? Jethro has an outfit. Woohoo! It's actually a dog shirt, but we won't tell him that. But it fits him perfectly. So we'll just go around and give a side view, won't we? Look, I had a heck of a time trying to get his legs in at the front, I can tell you. So it matches him perfectly. It's actually a cord fabric, and it matches his spots, doesn't it? Oh, let me see, who's in here? Ah, Benjamin's sleeping, so we must keep our voices down, won't we, Jethro? So he's got a new shirt on. Well, he's got a shirt on because the baby clothes don't fit you, do they, sir? Hey? So we're pretty happy with that. Next, he'll be wanting shoes, I'm sure. What's that, Jethro? I can't understand you with the dummy in your mouth, matey. Hey? All right. Many of you probably saying he's not even talking, but I actually speak giraffe. A lot of people don't, but he's saying, show them my dummy. They can see your dummy, and that's fine, okay? Another thing we got, Jethro, is, where can I find it? Here it is. I dropped it. Are you ready? We'll just put it here where it normally goes because this is where he likes it. Jethro got his own toy, didn't you? Can we show everyone what it is? Wow! It's a little baby giraffe. How cool is that? And that's where he carries him. Isn't that right? And you're a happy boy, aren't you? Yeah, I know you love him. Hey? Yes. You probably could have given him a kiss without that dummy in your mouth. So we have done that for Jethro, and he's a happy boy. So can I talk about other things yet? All right. Well, how about I talk and everyone can just look at you and how handsome you are. Oh, okay. Hello, Auntie Suzanne, he said. Look at me, he says. Really? That's all you got to say? Okay. Good boy. Okay, we'll keep the camera on you while Mummy's talking, okay? So we get to see Jethro while I talk. How lucky are you people? So as you can tell by the title of this clip, so you want to buy a Reborn doll. I've not long, as you, well, those who follow me would have seen my box opening of my previous baby, which I think was only last week. Geez, that time's gone quick. Anyway, I see a lot of people asking for babies, how much, blah, 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 what's for sale. And I thought if anyone was watching and wanted a baby, maybe you could, just gather information together and you go from there, of course. But anyway, these are just my personal opinions and views. It doesn't mean it's right or wrong. So, you can take it or leave it. But my first suggestion, if you're wanting to buy a Reborn, is join groups. This is on Facebook I'm referring to because this is where I got my baby. There's plenty of Reborn baby dolls shared for you to choose from. There are particular groups for selling and buying. So there are numerous babies there to choose from on these sites. They do say buying and selling. So if you just type in Reborn baby dolls for sale or something, you will come up with groups. There are those also that only have sharing. So probably just read the rules in each group to just see what you are able to do. Depending on if you're really new to the Reborn world, just familiarise yourself with the kits that you do like. There is a lot to choose from. There's some very talented people around, I can tell you. And of course, familiarise with the cost involved with these babies. Depending on what kit, who the artist is, whether you go for overseas, they can range from, gosh, $150 to nearly $2,000. So, be prepared to be shocked or whatever. There are posts in the past that have shared the cost involved in making Reborn. I can't recall which groups. I really should have saved it actually because it was quite interesting. You have the cost of your kit, the cloth body, eyes, hair, the needles for rooting the hair. You've got your zip ties, filler, which is the stuffing, weighting, which gives you the weight of the baby, rings, plugs, paints. Depending on whether you use air dryer or heat set, you're still going to need paints, of course. There's so many hours of work put in to create the baby. So depending on what cost you pay for your baby, sometimes they're really worth the amount that people are putting up. So you perhaps could also watch a YouTube channel on the making of Reborn dolls. It'll probably give you an idea of what's entailed just in the process. I find it quite interesting, but then, we're all so different. If you're not interested in making them and everything, it might be a bit different. So, you just sort of, as you can hear, I've got paper. I've written these down. Probably would be helpful if you set a price limit. Once you've familiarised yourself with the articles or sculpture that you like, just there are dishonest people in the community, unfortunately, so ask questions that you might need answered. If you are unsure about an artist or seller, then ask in the groups that you do join. People can give you references or any feedback, whether it's negative or positive. This all helps. The next thing, I think, if you have chosen a baby and want to buy it, make sure you ask for a security pic. If you don't know what this is, it's a piece of paper stating the date, the seller's name, and possibly your name or the kit. And they have actually a photo taken with this piece of paper with the baby. That's just a bit of reassurance for you that these people actually do have the doll. Some people have been caught out, unfortunately, not getting the doll, paying for things that they don't have, or it's not the same doll. So just for a bit of security, you could also, if it's not already given, ask the name of the kit and the sculptor. I say that a lot, I beg your pardon. A lot of people are scammed, so if you ask, it's just a bit of reassurance for you. Also, the coming into the cost of the babies, if you can't afford the amount straight up, there are a lot of people that do have lay-by. What do they call that? Afterpay. You can pay them off. So if you do like one that costs a little bit more than you planned, then, it is possible to still buy one. So that's a great thing that they do nowadays. If you're wanting a baby and it's really cheap, like if you've picked one out and it's really cheap, it's possibly a knockoff baby. This is when a doll kit has been copied and reproduced illegally. I'm not saying all the cheaper dolls are knockoffs, but a lot of them are. So, this is where you come back in, you get your security with the security pick. There's also a lot of, sometimes, I don't even understand when people are advertising their babies, excuse me, that there's terms that they're using that, I have no idea what they mean. And a lot of people just say, oh, what does such and such mean? And, people help. So the first one that I noticed that a lot of people ask is the COA. That's actually your certificate of authenticity. This is just a written certificate showing details of the kit used. Now, obviously, if you didn't watch my box opening last week, then you won't recognise it. But this is actually, sorry. I've just got to put it up a bit, okay? This is actually the kit that I bought last week. This isn't the picture of my baby because she had blonde hair, but this is a certificate of authenticity. Authenticity. Sorry. Anyway, I'm trying to make it clear and able to talk right. So as you can see, certificate of authenticity certificate there. It's to certify that the vinyl kit accompanied with this certificate is from the original sculpt. Oh, that's terrible, isn't it? This kit that I've got here, I'm just using it as an example, of course. The kit's name is Shaya, sculpted by Bonnie Sieben. It's edition number 966 of 1200. Since she is part of a limited edition, she will never be produced again once she is sold out. And the sculptor's name is on the bottom. That's a pain not zooming in like that. It's Bonnie Sieben's signature down the bottom anyway. So this is what came. Obviously, some do have something on the back, but this is her certificate of authenticity. So when I did buy her, the lady actually did a security pick for me, which was wonderful. The next one is the LE. This stands for, your limited edition. There's many sculpts that have been produced to a certain number, like, for instance, the Shaya one I just showed you. So once they've been sold, they're no longer available. Oh, I'm sorry. You'll normally pay more for one of these, I think, due to the non-availability of them all, which comes into the SOLE. It's not soul. It's the sold out limited edition. This is what the kit is called when it is no longer available. Right back to the plain terms, I guess sculpt is the name given to the kit. For instance, the certificate I just showed you is the Shea Sculpt. So that's the name given to the sculpt by the sculptor. Yeah, tongue-tied, I tell you. So, of course, the sculptor is the person who created the doll kit. Now, obviously, everything, if it's all new to you, these terms probably will confuse you, but kit, that's the pieces of the doll parts used for making a reborn doll. The kit actually consists of the arms, legs, head, and body. Many of the dolls come with a tummy plate or occasionally, a partial torso, but it's actually the doll pieces, which is the kit. Another one I've noticed is BB, which can stand for a lot of things, I guess, but Bountiful Baby. The Bountiful Baby make and produce vinyl kits for creating your baby dolls. They're a business that sells the kits and the supplies to the public for their own reborn making. They're situated in Utah, the United States. So if you're, from elsewhere, you may pay a fair bit with postage. I'm not really sure. I've never actually bought straight from Bountiful Baby. I have dealt with reborn supply stores that sell them. So they just go and buy them in bulk and sell them on to us consumers. We have the NFS, not for sale. We see this a lot stated up on our posts, and people say, how much? So NFS, not for sale. Another one I've seen, it was only yesterday, I think it was, AA is not anything to do with Alcoholics Anonymous. African American is what that stands for, your darker skin-toned babies. We've also got the WIP, which is work in progress, which, the work on the baby to date. So, people show you pictures of the progress that they're making. The GHSP. This is actually Genesis Heat Set paint, which is my preference of paint to use. It's non-toxic paint mixed with thinners. The painted parts are baked in a convection oven. So once it's cooled, the coats applied previously to the baking are actually set. This subject of this one can go on for quite a while because once it's all heated in the oven, it is toxic. So if you're planning on doing this, do have your oven outside and wear a mask if it's sort of like closed in a little bit, but do not breathe in the fumes because it is toxic. There's so many terms that obviously I haven't mentioned, but the biggest thing I could recommend is if you are unsure about anything, then just ask someone. Most of the reborn doll community are happy to help. There are a select few that aren't, and well, we won't even go into that. You haven't got enough time to listen, I'm sure. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you can look into with buying your baby. The biggest thing I can suggest is ask questions and have a good look around and don't rush in. So that's probably, I know I've missed a lot, but if I don't want to talk your ears off because you might need them. So, and Jethro, you've been very good sitting there, haven't you? Are you sleeping standing up? Jethro, hoo-hoo. Hello, what are you doing? You're sleeping standing up. Wow. I talked you to sleep? Goodness me. Alrighty. Yeah, I think I've talked enough for today. Make myself hoarse. Nay! Oops, sorry. Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to say goodbye now, aren't we, Jethro? You say bye. Thank you so much for joining us. If you enjoyed the video, just like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thumbs up or a comment would be really appreciated. And we will call you, what are we going to have? It'd be Isaac will be the next one up because he really needs to be changed and in the process of changing his bed. So he's the next one up for everyone to see. And until then, hopefully you will join me and I'll see you next time. It's bye from Jethro and his little buddy and me. So bye for now, everyone. Take care. Bye.